If you have a girlfriend and you're keeping up with sports, then you probably have at least heard of football and hockey in relevant terms. But if you're anything like me, then you know that the best sport to follow is basketball. And recently, my favorite player on my favorite team got hurt. Shout out Jokic. On Monday night, he suffered a left knee hyperextension, and and it looks like he's going to miss about a month's time of games, and that puts him at maybe missing about 18 games because that's how many they're going to play in the month of January. Hopefully, he can be back by like February time because Loki, the team needs him. But kind of sucks because it means that now he's going to be cutting close on the awards. And for a guy like his caliber, like people like me who are Nuggets fans, like we want to see him on the court. Best player in the world, and now we can't have him for like a month's time. Like, it sucks. All prayers up to him. Like I hope he gets well. But then it opens up the conversation for all the other people on the team because now 4 out of the 5 starters for the Nuggets are out. And recently, the reason why I'm making this video is because a couple nights ago on New Year's Eve, Jonas Valanciunas got hurt too. And so now we started off the season with like the best, most deep roster we've ever had. They had like 8 or 9 like players for the rotation, and now like 5 of those guys are out, and they just left Jamal Murray like there. And all shout out to Jamal Murray. Like I think he can do it, but without like a strong supporting cast, it's like looking like the Celtics at the start of the season. Like all they had was like Jaylen Brown and Derek White, and everybody was like, dude, how are they supposed to do anything? I mean, kudos up to them though. They're like third in the East right now, but Jamal Murray, man, like if you can carry this team for the next month, keep them afloat, like you might actually be the sports go. And people got to put some respect on his name. Like I know 2K never be giving him his flowers. He'd be getting like 84, 85 overalls and stuff. But hopefully this puts a little bit of a spotlight on him, and if he can keep the team afloat, like he might get his ratings up, and he might finally get that All-Star selection that he's never had. Like if you've ever watched like Jamal Murray play, like that his game during the regular season is like pretty good, but then his playoffs, like Jamal Murray, like that guy goes from like an 84 to like a 99 2K overall. But as far as what this means for like the Nuggets as a whole for like the season, I hope they explore some new ways to like play or like enable like other people. That way maybe they can develop like new pieces. For the playoffs last year, they had like a really strong start. They went to, was it 7 games against the Clippers, which shouldn't have gotten that close, but then they went against 7 games against OKC. So it's like, I mean, Clippers aren't doing too great this season, but then they went like toe to toe with like the best team in the world. So I mean, hopefully like they can get their injuries back up, maybe develop some new like game plans in the meantime, and come back ready for that postseason. Because I do think that they're still going to be a great contender if they make it. Hopefully like the playoff seeding like favors them, because I think that's like a huge part in today's game. It's like all like matchup dependent. I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between like the 1 and like 5 seed, especially in the West. Like those guys are going at each other's throats. But like in the Eastern Conference, maybe you could make a little bit of an argument for that, but there's not a whole lot of difference. It's really just like all matchup dependent, which is why we saw that like the Pacers and Nuggets were able to go so far against the OKC, because OKC like has like bad 3-point percentage, and Pacers like they were shooting that ball hot. As far as like with the Nuggets, I don't really remember like how that playoff series went, like why they were like able to get so close. I just know that the defense on Jokic was a big reason why OKC was able to win. I also feel pretty good in them because this is a team that, remember, like back in their 2023 title run, like they only had Jokic as an all-star. Again, Jamal Murray has never made an all-star team, even though he's like their guy. They're in the playoffs, like everybody's got their number one. Some teams are like, who's our number 2? But like the Nuggets, like who your number 2 is, bro. Jamal Murray, man, like he's definitely got to make an all-star team. But I'm not too worried about them. Like that team that won that championship ring, like they literally only had Jokic as an all-star, and they were still able to make it that far, win a ring. And so when it counts, like they can level up. As far as the MVP race goes, obviously SGA jumps to like the top of the standings. I mean, and shout out him too, because he's having like a crazy season. He's averaging like 36-6, and he's only playing like 3 quarters. Like that's kind of insane. I mean, like I gotta give the flowers to that guy, but I hope that it also like shines a spotlight on other superstars that haven't been like in the front of. I hope it also shines a light on like the other superstars on the next up and coming teams, like Cade on the Pistons. Like I think like he's making a great case for like why he could be MVP, and Jalen Brunson on the Knicks. Like I mean, he was the NBA Cup MVP, and so like who's to say he can't win like a regular season one? And then also like Luka is having a great statistical season with the Lakers, although they've been like kind of rocky since LeBron's come back. Hopefully they can fix that up and maybe his name gets thrown in the conversation a little bit more. But I do think that it could be good for the rest of the league to not have Jokic because, I mean, everybody sees his highlights. You know, I think it's fair to say that people love the guy. Like, he just comes in, acts like it's his 9 to 5, you know, balls out, and then goes home, goes to his horses. So maybe we can shine some personalities elsewhere. But all that to say, I hope all of the Nuggets players get healthy. I mean, everybody in the league, I hope everybody in the league gets healthy. Obviously, it's just like a Nuggets video. I'm not really focusing on like everybody else, but hopefully they can all come back tip top shape, you know, just resume like they never even left. And hopefully they're ready for come the playoffs time. I think they'll even have like a little bit of a smaller break because in February is when the All-Star game happens. So, you know, maybe they can come in, get a few games in, go take another break, and then be ready for like that last stretch, and then hopefully they're all geared up for the playoffs. But prayers up for all of the players, especially Jokic. Hope he gets better. That's my goal. And thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you all have a great day.